welcome to the Basketball Show. I'm Steve Carfino, and this good-looking chap to my left and its camera right is Shane the Hammer Hill. And Shane, throughout your whole career, you have never sat on the fence once, and that's why I love the show.
Oh, mate, thanks. Glad you're on. Good to have you here, mate. And it's a big show too, because a special announcement. We've got our first key partner, Unibet, have come on to support the Basketball Show after only 3 weeks. They've seen the light and they're with us for long term, and we appreciate your support. It's going well.
All right, let's jump right out of the gate with Under the Hammer.
Oh, and, mate, I'm passionate about this because the amount of players that continue to step out of bounds, not only in the NBL, WNBL, NBA, the whole lot, it happens all over the place. 4 times in the game with Illawarra and Brisbane on the weekend.
Count them if you ain't got nothing better to do.
I was not happy. And anyway, I thought I'd do a little bit of a tutorial. Check this out. What I'm seeing happening all the time is even when people are practicing, they're stepping from out of bounds, in bounds. You've got to get your techniques right with the hundreds and hundreds of shots that you're taking a day from this position. What I teach is being able to have as a right-hander, have my left foot planted, and now I'm using the momentum from my legs, staying in bounce all the time, so there's plenty of room between the three and also the sideline to be able to gather step and to be able to use your legs to be able to get momentum. The other thing that guys are turning it over from is when they're up faking, is they're doing what we call a false step. So their first step is behind and they're stepping out of bounds before they go forward. What we need to be able to do is use that momentum, up fake, first step is here. First step on a crossover is here each time. So it's just practice and doing the right thing over and over again, making sure you don't turn it over when you've got an open three from the corner.
Man, you got everybody on that one. Think about everybody's a little gun shy at home thinking about, yeah, I've done that. As a matter of fact, I was one of the 4 guys that did it when he's talking about it.
Mate, if that happened to me, if someone can find footage of me standing at bounce, please send it in. It might have happened, but I would have soaked it up all night. If I had a naked 3 and I stepped out of bounce, I would have been so salty.
So clearly you wouldn't have had one of your teammates say, oh, bad luck, Shane. You stepped out of bounds and you were wide open.
I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Now, we probably were sitting on 38, and if you hit the 3, it would have been 40.
Yeah, I would have been even saltier.
How's my math? 41. Yeah, 38 and 3 is 41. So I guess that's a blanket hammer. Pop, 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 pop. You ever listen to Shane Hill talk? He doesn't really pass out the compliments very often. So
what?
When you give someone a stroke, they must really deserve it. Are you going LeBron James? Because you're rocking the LeBron James jersey.
I like LeBron, mate. I like LeBron. There's a lot of haters.
Yeah.
There's a lot of haters.
He's got a really big bandwagon.
Not me, mate. I like LeBron, and at the throwbackstore.com.au, they've got a whole new batch. So I just help myself. I come here, I help myself, I throw it on, might even walk out with one.
You couldn't find a Steph Curry jersey? I mean, he had 51 3/4.
Well, he does need to be stroked. We love Steph too. And KD, they're on fire at the moment. But I found somebody better to stroke, closer to home. Nathan Sobey. Triple-double. Well, let me just have a look. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 10 dimes. If you don't mind, in cans for another big win. He is just turning into probably the hottest point guard in the NBL.
I know. Did you think he'd be able to handle the point? I mean, he is a prolific scorer. He's athletic. He's tenacious. He's a slasher.
He can defend too. Yeah. Like his athleticism, he really can defend. He's turning into something special. And there were question marks just because we hadn't seen him do it. He's always been a shooting guard. Obviously, Joey Wright believed that he could do it. And his ability to step up now with Mitch Creek out, we're always wondering who is going to be able to take over this team, get their influence on that team and make a statement. Because he's not a natural leader, but he's leading by example now. And, mate, he deserves to be stroked.
Okay, Nathan Sobey, number 20, number 1 in Shane Hill's heart. You have been stroked. Now it's time for the Unibet game previews, round 4 in the National Basketball League. And Shane, let's start off with Brisbane at home to the Adelaide 36ers, and Adelaide are tough everywhere.
Well, they are, and I'm not sure what to expect with Brisbane. Obviously, a new import coming in. Not sure whether he's going to be cleared to be able to play. Don't know a lot about him at this stage, but the Adelaide 36ers have been great on the road. They play that fast style, and I think it's going to be really difficult for Brisbane to match up on. I'm going with the 36ers 1-10.
All right. What about Sydney at home to the Illawarra Hawks? The Illawarra Hawks have had their number over the years.
Yeah, well, they have, and they've won 2 in a row. The Hawks are really playing with a lot of grit and determination. Just think they're going to be a bit under-talented against the Sydney Kings. I expected the Kings to win by a lot more against the Cairns Taipans last week. It didn't eventuate. They got over the line in overtime. I'm going to go the Kings 1-10.
Oh, nice. Okay, how about the Perth Wildcats at home to New Zealand? Now, I guess the key there would be which New Zealand's going to show up.
Oh, ain't that the truth? We've seen the best and worst of them. I'm still not convinced about New Zealand. I still want to see a few more hard wins against teams that aren't fatigued before they get my total respect. I think Perth have proven themselves at home. Big crowd, obviously expected. They're on fire, playing well. And I'm going to go for Perth 11+.
Ooh, big call. How about Cairns at home to the Melbourne United boys?
Yeah, well,
how about that point guard matchup?
Oh, Trimble was great last week. He is just so smooth. I still stand by he's not going to beat his first score in the first round, but he is smooth, and that will be a great matchup with Casper Ware. I'm going to go for Melbourne. I think Melbourne's still going to be able to get that done. Hopefully, Chris Golding's back for that game, but I'm going to go 1-10 for Melbourne United. They're still my top team in the competition as it stands.
Yep. How about the 36ers at home against the Brisbane Bullets?
They are tough at home, and look forward to calling that one. I think they'll be way too strong for the Brisbane Bullets in that one. I think 11+ for the Adelaide 36ers.
And then the Monday night game. Big Monday night game, Melbourne United versus the Sydney Kings.
Yeah, I love the Monday night games. That's just a little extra for us after the weekend. And, the Kings have still got a little bit to work on the defensive end for me. We know how talented they are, and I think they'll continue to get better. But Melbourne United, even though they're not playing their best basketball, they're still the number one team in the NBL for me. And I'm going to go Melbourne by 1-10.
All right, should we go straight into the NBA?
We've put the WNBL in the naughty corner this week, so let's go straight into the NBA. What do we got?
Okay, let's talk about the Bucks and the Celtics. They're at Boston. I like the Bucks.
Bucks have been great. The Greek Freak. Who is going to stop him? If there's any team that's going to stop him, it is going to be the Boston Celtics, because their team defense, their length, their athleticism is looking fantastic. Kyrie Irving hasn't started the season like we would have expected, but they've got enough talent to be able to overcome that. I think they get that home win.
Okay.
Let's go 1-10.
1-10?
Close game.
How about the Timberwolves? They don't really need to be at home because they're booing their own players against the Warriors. Well, Golden State. Anybody against Golden State. At Golden State?
This is 11+. They're, at the moment, they just need to move Jimmy Butler on. Move him on. He's killing him. No one wants to be there and play with him, so they really need to make that decision. It sounds like the offers are pretty good. 4 first-round draft picks, just take that and move on, please. But they are on fire, Golden State, and how good is Steph Curry when he's in this mood, and KD? They are shooting it. I reckon we were 20 years ahead of our time, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
That sort of green light about pulling up over the halfway line makes me envious.
Oh, I know. In transition, it doesn't matter. Open three's a good 3. Okay, and how about the Jazz at Denver? That's a lot of Aussies in that game.
Yeah. And Joey Ingles been great. Dante's looking good as well. Torrey Craig, we could sort of adopt him as an Aussie. Spent enough time here.
Will they match up against each other?
Well, I think they will, and that is a great matchup. Both players playing some really good basketball right now. But I'm going to go for Denver at home, even though the Jazz have been awesome on the road so far this year. I reckon Denver might sneak that one, 1-10.
How about Joe Ingles signing for more money than Michael Jordan made? Over $50 million. And you know what? They love him in Utah. They say he's the best 3-man in the NBA.
So they should love him. He's getting his job done, and well done to you, Joey.
And that was your Unibet game previews from the NBA and the NBL. All right, we're in the fourth quarter of the basketball show, and now it's time for the starting fives. It's NBL rookies embracing the hazing, and it's Harry Frawling and Jack McVeigh from the Adelaide 36ers. And what do you think of those bags? What's going on there? How do you feel about that? I can't imagine you at 17 when you're dropping 29 on us that you would have been carrying around such a feminine little bag, little kitty bag.
Well, I'm going to say for starters that I'm glad they're embracing it. I certainly wouldn't have. I wouldn't have embraced it at all. But I'm glad they are, because it's working for Harry Frawling. 20 points and 9 rebounds. I'm saying whatever it takes. He's just been named to the Australian squad as well. The 20-year-old going off. Jack McVeigh, his partner there. And they're making it work.
Yeah, well, Harry said he was going to get 20 points and 10 rebounds when we first saw him in the first game of the year in Adelaide. So it's not bragging if you can back it up. So good on you, Harry. Okay, last call in Perth, right or wrong?
Wrong. And a massive call it was. And you can understand, I mean, it's pretty close, right? It's not just clear cut, but gee whiz, when you watch the replay, as I did a number of times, there was no doubt that Norton was moving. A great defensive play. He had to get in there and try and make that play and put the referees under that sort of position with 13,000 fans yelling, but definitely the wrong play. I feel United sort of got screwed a little bit with that one.
And how about the imports that come here nowadays? You got to have some kind of a touch with the NBA, at least a summer league, some kind of NBA experience. Alonzo G from the Bullets. See ya.
Gee whiz, 7 points at 32%. You're gone, mate. This league's no joke. It doesn't matter how many games you've played in the NBA. If you come here and you are not ready to go, and there's a few others as well, we're probably surprised that he's the first one to go. There'll be a few others looking over their shoulder, but yeah, he just did not bring it, did not look in shape, did not look like he fit the style of the NBL. Gold!
All right, now, two big bodies going at it last weekend. So it was Andrew Bogut and Big Nate Jawa. What'd you think of, was it a flop or did he just get mowed down by a 200-kilo man?
Well, see, we love the social media banter. And the Cairns type ends, they had a rookie in there. They just didn't understand. They went at the big dog. They went at Bogut and accused him of flopping. Now, I thought it was a great play. And I guess because Bogues a week before in New Zealand came out and said he has to learn to flop and all the rest of it. Again, great banter. But he didn't flop. There's 140 kilos of Nate Jawai. He got underneath him and then Nate, because he's only going right. We know that. Nate's only going right. There is no left. He's going right. And he went straight over the top of him. Charge, easy decision. Finish.
All right. Well, this is a no-brainer at all. Big Nate putting 140 kilos, and he's going right every time. LeBron James exit from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ty Lue gone. That was always going to happen. He's going to have to start coaching.
Well, I'm going to flip this one to you. I'm going to put you under 24 seconds. Okay. How does that happen with Ty Lue? What's going on?
Oh, well, you know, LeBron was such a big influence, and it's no surprise. Come on now. You've heard the huddles.
He couldn't coach?
Yeah, he couldn't coach.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't need 24 seconds for that.
That's good.
That's right. And that is your starting five. Now we get social, and Twitter was blowing up with this one. Ben Simmons talking about before he's all said and done, wants to have one season with Essendon.
Wow. Can you imagine that?
No.
6'10".
No.
He's not going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kidding himself. I love him for saying it. But can you imagine that? 6'10". What position? He could play any position on the ground with his athleticism, his quickness, his size, his ability to be able to mark the ball. He probably wouldn't have a lot of range on his kick.
I get the feeling you're kind of disrespecting at the AFL. You know, he's long and athletic and stuff, but you can't be away from the game for that long and have an impact like that.
Cox from Collingwood came over. He'd never touched a ball before, and in 3 years he's playing in a grand final. This is Ben Simmons, mate. This is Cox. I don't even know what he did in his college basketball career. He was nothing. You're talking about one of the greatest players of all time, mate.
How old do you think Ben Simmons is going to be when he does get around to playing the AFL?
He could be 40. It doesn't matter. Put him in the goal square, mate.
There'll be some young guys mowing him down, cutting him in half.
Oh, cut it out. I expected more from you.
No. I'm realistic. I've got respect for the AFL game.
Bring it on. Come on, Big Ben.
Victorian, and you don't. Shame on you. I think I've just been poked. Poked in time for the junior highlight of the week, and that is Tyrese Proctor from the Sutherland Sharks. He's a Trinity grammar boy, and he can go.
Seriously go. He has got unbelievable game, just so much poise, and his ability to be able to play off the dribble. He can shoot it, he can pass it. He's going to be a great point guard, and who knows where he's going to be able to lead to.
I think the only question I know his father, so I know the only question was he going to be too nice? He's a straight A student. He's the nicest kid. He's respectful, but he does have that kind of Shane Heal, once he get over the white line, kind of a maniac. You know, he really goes after it, and he is a competitor.
I'll spend a week with him. I'll help that. I will get that out of him, but he is a great kid, and good to have him on the show. Good luck.
Well done, young fella, and good luck. That was Hammer's highlight. But before we finish the show, I got to get into crunch time. You know, I thought we were good. I don't know if Corey Homicide Williams did it in one take. That's why they call me One Take Carfino.
Yeah, they do. And Homicide was good.
Yeah.
But you weren't happy?
No. He's great. He's always great. But I'm not, I wasn't surprised at the fact that he's a scruncher, not a folder.
Well, he's
reckless, man.
We changed the segment to scrunch time. We didn't think we'd get any scrunches, but we did.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I like hanging out with the Hammer. Make sure you go and check out the show, The Basketball Show, on the Facebook page every Wednesday. Check it out.
And a big thank you to the Kahu Group in New Zealand who have been supporting us and getting the word out there about the basketball show. We've got plenty of supporters around Australia, New Zealand and the world. So we appreciate that. And thank you to Unibet. Show one with them, done.
All right. We'll see you next Wednesday.